Hello everyone. In this video we are going to discuss about the arrays. In the previous video where we have discussed about the break, continue and for else. In this video we will discuss everything about the array. So let's get started. So first of all, when we talk about the array, so we should know about the type code. So here is the list of the type code which indicate, for an example, if I want to take a array for the integer, we use the I. If we want the signed integer, then we use the B. So they are the different type of the code which we have. Accordingly, we use the array. And the reason is, see, in the previous video where we have discussed about the list. So list, what is the? It's a kind of a versatile data structure that can store and basically a different type of the data. Means it's basically an ordered collection of item which can contain different type. But array is basically a data structure which is more efficient for storing and manipulating large amount of numeric data. If we talk, basically it is a same type of the data whatever we want. So for an example, if I want the numbers, I will use the I. That's what if I want the float number, means kind of a decimal number, then I have to go with the F. So that type code we have to define. So let's understand it with an example. So let's get rid of this code, and here what I'm going to do, let me define the list first. So let's take, so list means we have seen, okay, first let's define a list. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to define here like 1 comma 2 comma 3, and here if I want 4, and let's take the 5, and when I will print it, so print list 1, when I will print this, what it will give, it will give 1 2 3 4 and 5. It has other things like, for an example, what if I want this is my list, okay, here what I want to just access of 0 value. So what it will give, it will give 1. What if I will give -1, it will start from the reverse, obviously. So it is giving 5. Similar way we can do the slicing on the list. For an example, here I take 1 colon 3, and when I will run at point of this time, it will give 2 and 3. Means it is starting from the 1 index and ending on the 3, means just before that only. So it is printing accordingly. If I want, I just say 1 colon. So what it will do, it will print after that everything, means after the index 1, it will print everything. Similar way, if I will put the colon and 4, and when I will run this, it will take everything just before the index 4. So that's what the list works. So list has so many things because it's a mutable. So we can change, add and remove. We can sort the data, reverse the data, everything we have seen in the list video. But when we talk about the array, so what we have to do, we have to get the data on the same type. So that's called the array. So array created with this module required all elements should be the same type. So basically array, it's a collection of the same type. So how we define it? For an example, here I'm just saying int array, and how I will define it, first we have to take the library. So what I'm going to do, import, and here I'm just taking array. So this is the library which I'm going to import it. So now this is the variable we have to use here. So array, and this has the method called array, and inside this method, first what we have to do, we have to define the type code. So here you can see B, capital B, H. So what kind of the type code? So currently I'm just taking the I, and here I'm just defining the number 1 comma 3 4 and 5. So this is the way we define it. Now if you want the alias name, we can use that as well. So here what we have to do, we have to do like this. So it's up to you how you want to use it. So here you are seeing it is indicating type code we have to write and the initialize, all the things which we have to do. So the module are, so basically this array module R is similar to list, but the array module is more space efficient and can only hold the element of the same type. Now for an example, when I will print this, so let me print this int array, and when I will run this at point of this time, so you are seeing it is giving the data as it is. What if I will just print 0? So here when I will print, it is giving the 1. So it is just similar to the list, but array contain the same type of the data. But the thing is, with the array is basically limited. What if I want to do other things? Means with the array we can define the single dimensional array. What if I want to do create the 2-dimensional array, 3-dimensional array? So in that case we need the third-party library called NumPy. So NumPy is basically a powerful library for numerical computing in Python. So this NumPy, so for an example, what I'm going to talk is NumPy library. So this NumPy library basically contain a ND array internally, this object. So it provides this NDR object which support multi-dimensional array and various mathematical operations. So what we can do with this NumPy array, we can create the array, we can do the operations over the array, we can do the indexing, slicing over the array, and other things we can do. So how to install the packages? So either you can go from here and then install the packages, or what you can do here, you will see these are the icons you are getting here. So there is a one called Python package. When you will click on this, currently we are not having. So here what you have to do, you have to write your package name. So I'm going to write NumPy. So when you will write this, it is indicate that particular like package. Just you have to click, and whatever the version you want to install, you have to click on that. So what it will do, it will start installing that particular package for us. So here this I'm going to install now. So here you can see currently it is installing package NumPy. So this is installing, and it will take currently 2. So because the reason is 2 times I clicked, so that's why it is just installing both the processes. So it will take some time to install that particular package. So let's wait for that. Now it is giving some message, click OK, because 2 times I clicked, that's why it was giving. So couldn't retrieve package description. It can be still installed, so it will take some time to install. So let's wait for some time. Currently updating the skeleton, means it's updating this particular project with the NumPy now. So here we can see it is installing the NumPy, and here so installed. Here you can see installed 1 pound, that is the NumPy. So even when you will just close the all the install things in the install, you can see the NumPy. So our package is installed. Now how we can do? So for an example, to manage this one, now NumPy is basically a smart one. It no need to give any type code or anything. So for that one, what we have to do, I'm going to do import, and I'm going to import it from NumPy, and I'm just saying NP. Here instead of this, I'm just going to take NP, and at point of that time when I will run this, first let's run this. So it is giving error, and what it is saying, field element must be 2 or 3 tuples, got 1. So that's what it is saying. So now what we have to do, let me get rid of this, and first let's run this. When I will run this, it is giving 1, because either it will take 2 parameter or 3 parameters. So that's we are going to discuss, means 2-dimensional or the 3-dimensional. So how we want to take it. So now currently you are seeing here we have to install that NumPy, and then no need to give any type of the data, means the type code, it will run automatically. What if I will give any different type of here, like 3, will it run? So in that case we are getting in the type of the data. So that's what it with the NumPy we can do. Now the another thing is here, for an example, what if I want to print 0 to 2, and at point of that time when I will run this, so it is saying too many indicate for an array, and array 1 is 1-dimensional but 2 were indexed. So basically what we are trying to do, we are trying to fetch the data from the single dimensional array 2 times. Means as in we are fetching the data as a 2-dimensional array, but that particular array is the single dimensional. So what we have to do, we have to make it as a 2-dimensional. So how we can make this one? So here, let me just take it here. So np dot array. So here I have taken 1. Now array inside the array, so that I have to do. So what I will say 4, 5, and then this one. And at point of that time, let's run with this. When I will run this, what it is saying, sitting an array element within sequence, the request array has an inhomogeneous shape. So the reason is we have the 3 columns, but here only 2. So we have to make a 6. Now let's run this. And here we can see currently we are printing 0 only. That's why it is giving 1, 2, and 3. What if I will give 0, 1, and let's run this. At point of this time, you are seeing 0, 1 means it is printing the 2 is basically how it works. So for an example, let me print this first. Here you are seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 means there are 2 row, 3 column. Now let me print it. Print int array, and what I have given 0, 1. So when I will run this, what it is printing is 2. The reason is row is 0, column is 1. So row, column. So row 0 and column is 1. So what it will print 2. So this is the way, means with a 2-dimensional array we can work. Now the another thing, for an example here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to define like let me take a, so I'm going to do np array here, and let me take np dot array, and here I'm going to define like 1, 2, and let's take as a 3. Okay, and let me take another variable also, and that is, let's comment it all these. And here I'm going to take a different called matrix. And here what I'm going to define, I'm going to define np.array. And inside this one, what I will do, I'll just take this, whatever the array I have defined, I'll just take inside this one. So we have two variable called np array and matrix, means single dimensional array or matrix basically. Now the thing is, what I will do, I will just print. I'll just print np array, and here what I'm going to do is, so here what operation I'm going to do means I'm just adding the 10. When I will run this, so you will see when I'm running this, so it is 1, 2, and 3. It is adding the 10 in every number. So NumPy array support the element wise operation also, making them suitable for mathematical computation. So here you can see I'm just plus 10 I did, and it is adding one by one number. Same goes for this also. So for an example, I'm just going to copy it, and let's do it on the matrix. And here instead of plus, let me multiply with the 2. When I will run this, so here you will see currently 1, 2, and 3. It is multiplying each and every element here. So this is the way, means this is the way this NumPy package is more powerful. We can do many operations with this package. Now other things means it do the advanced indexing as well. So for an example, here what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take another print, and here I'm just going to take matrix, and in this matrix, like this we have seen anyhow, 0, 1, what it will print? It will print the 2 here. So that we can do. Apart from that, for an example, what if I will do? Let me just put here the colon and 1. What it will print? So as we are discussing in the previous also, the colon means after the one index, whatever it will come, it will print. So currently it is printing 2 and 5, and the reason is like on this one column, whatever means for all the row on the one column, it will print everything. So 2 and 5. So instead of this, let's print the matrix only, and let's comment it, run it. Okay, and here you can see 2 and 5. It is printing 2 and 5. So that's what we have written here. So this is the way. Now apart from that, NumPy include many functions for array creation also, like np.zeros, np.ones, np.arrange, np.line space. And if you want to do mathematical operation like np.sum, np.mean, and np. and so many. So these are the many operations we can do with the NumPy. So in the coming video, we will discuss more about the NumPy, like how it is suitable for our application, how various things we can do with this NumPy. So now the thing is, if we discuss about the differences between all these, like list, array, or NumPy. So list can contain element of the different type. Array is basically a type specific array. And NumPy is a highly efficient for numerical operation, support multi-dimensional data. So that's the difference between all these three. So if we talk about which we should, if we are going to work with the array on the multi-level, then we should choose the NumPy. So that's it for this video. If you have any question and doubt, please comment. Thank you.